something you can learn and understand the meanings of life. You know what? When I was growing up, I used to watch Bill Nye, the science guy. He was a cool guy. He was really cool. I used to watch Back to the Future, the cartoon, back in the 90s, mid-90s, 92, 93, 94. It was cool. So he used to come out with these cool experiments. But today, I got something really cool, folks. I printed this up a couple years ago, back in 2012. This has something to do with, the immune system. This thing called Arvazol, whatever it's called. It's like a patent that extracts like viruses and stuff like that. Like if you like the common cold and stuff, this thing's pretty cool. It's not bad if you take a good look at it. You see that? Okay. Let me put it in the screen better. You see that? This thing's pretty cool. I printed this up a couple years ago. I don't get it. You know, I mean, the human body goes through some amazing changes over the years. You're always trying to figure out why. Why does it go through? Why it goes through? Why people get sick? Why people have always being sore? I look at my situation. Sometimes I got foot problems. Sometimes I got neck problems. Sometimes I got the old common cold. But I look at some people nowadays, they always have a problem here. They got a problem there. Is it the medication? What is it? Is it the environment? We've always been trying to figure that out for the last 20, 30 years. Hey, there's no doubt that the planet has changed in many times over the years. In terms of pollution, things raining down on you. When you talk about, and I was talking about the forest fires, right? There's something when they're putting out the fires, there's this thing inside of I've always wondered what it was, but it's like something like in fire retardant when they put it on, like they're trying to get rid of the forest fires. There's something that they spray on it, and then sometimes we breathe it in, when the ashes spread, right? I think that's why people get sick. I think there's something in it. It's something that's not good for us, like some type of mold or something, but I don't know what it is. But it's like some type of thing that's not good for our immune system that weakens it. So when it comes to cold season, and you see everybody get really, really sick, right? And they want to give you that needle, right? The flu shot and all these other shots they want to give you. And I say, man, these shots don't work, man. They're not good for you. You're better off just taking basic medication. Take your pill, have some sleep, have some orange juice, drink some water, have some soup, and sleep. Don't worry about going to work the next day. If you have a flu, stay home. Let the thing go away. You gotta let it go naturally. I tried to work through one of these bad colds one time, and I was sick for like 2 weeks. It was unbelievable. I had fever, had it all. But I managed to get rid of the cold. I just stayed in bed for like 2 days, slept, and after those 2 days, I wasn't sick no more. I just think when people are very, very sick, you need to be kind of quarantined off, like stay in one spot and try not to overexert yourself. Don't drink milk and all these other things. So when it comes down to it, folks, it's got to use your common sense. And I think at the end of the day, you will do pretty good. And that's what health's all about. Oh, I got one more nugget. Check that out. Is that cool? Well, folks, this is actually something to do with Mars, If they ever do a trip to Mars, this is how they're going to make a pizza. So that, like there's a thing called 3D printers, right? The last 5, 6 years, they've been really working on these things. When I was in high school back in 2000, 2001, actually 2000, 1999, 2000, but in 2001, I was in college and high school. Back in 2000, I remember my old science teacher. He brought out something to do with the 3D printer, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, that's a 3D printer. That's actually pretty amazing. I was like, wow, that is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. It's like Star Trek, right? Like, put that thing in there and make it reappear. It's something very, very cool. So, one thing I learned about, your Star Trek, your Star Wars, and all these type of movies, the 3D printer is pretty cool. How it can make objects, food, water, any type of thing. I remember one time, I was in class one time. I'll never forget this. We were doing like a necklace, I guess, right? And we tried it out. We put it in, and the 3D printer made necklace. The exact same necklace. It was like made out of like plastic or something like that. But it was amazing. It looked like the same necklace that we put in, and then printed out the same type of material. It formed everything. So I said to myself, I said, wow, can you imagine like 20 years if this 3D printing thing is like enhanced? It replaces the current printer we have now, and they print so much more things out of it. It'd be pretty cool. So that's one thing I've learned over my years, from my days in high school. I don't think it's changed much. I think the books have gotten a little bit better for my time. Let's remember, during my time, it was during the dot-com boom, and then you had the massive crash in the dot-coms. You know, it was Y2K. I can remember that vividly. It was the end of the world. It was this, it was that. You know, and don't forget, this week was the past anniversary of 9/11. So it was another tough time in the world's history. New York City, Afghanistan, Iraq, all these things happened after it. Very, very tragic. Did these things have to happen? Absolutely not. I just think sometimes these things happen because it just happens, you know. And over my years of doing research on 9/11 and Afghanistan and Iraq and, you know, countless other wars, Libya and all these other things, it's all about money. Money, power, gold, oil, control. You know, that's what it should be about. It should be about the people. Think of all the millions of people that have died. If you're a soldier, you know, you're a family, you're anybody. You see all these people going from country to country because their country's being torn by war. That's why war is not the best thing to have nowadays, folks. If we put our minds together, we can accomplish anything. It's at the end of the day, just like the hurricanes, you saw people coming together, helping out one another. That's how we can overcome our problems. Teamwork. It's like a family. You see how a sports star like J.J. Watt just proved to the world he's the real deal. He helped this community, and just like you, the people, you can always help out the community. Your community is what makes you who you are. It develops you and your family and everything. You know, you got some sound effects here, but, you know, it's a community thing. And if we work together as a community, good things will happen. Thanks for watching, folks. This is the one and only Mark Spencer for a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of science. We'll see you in the future.